You should know you are that good. You should believe in yourself at all costs. You have ideas. If you are willing to work hard, but work smart, and do what you really believe, like have forethought to it, you can do anything. Anything. You don't have to go by all their rules because that's just approximations because that's just stuff they came up with. You can come up better and better and better, and you don't have to take no for an answer because opinions are meant to be changed. Also, you should think for it. These aren't my opinions. These are you can take for whatever it is, but I really believe this. I really actually believe that I want you to succeed. I don't really care about books or anything like that. I drive whatever car I can afford. I have a 91 Toyota Corolla with dents. I have a decorating inside hello stuff in there like boxes and books. I have a place to stay. I'm proud to say I got groceries. Even though my mom's mad at me, she's crazy because I bought groceries. But hey, I got sun-dried tomatoes, but I didn't buy porn. I didn't buy cigarettes. Yeah, technically, if you smoke, I would actually suggest you quit smoking because it's an economical like stance. On an economical stance, okay, those things are like what, like $50 a box, right? You know how much groceries you can buy for $50? Because that's a okay. If you're gonna eat out, right? Yeah, you go five. That's like $5 a meal, right? This is how many things you can buy in the $5 menu, the $1 menu at McDonald's, right? It's like 10 meals. That's a lot of food, okay? If you're gonna go like all super low budget like me, because there's times like when I don't have money either, and like sometimes I'm just counting change and like you know how it is, you know like sometimes just I get a couple dollars and then I go buy like cheeseburger, like yeah, you know we all be rocking the dollar menu at McDonald's and all those other places, right? So like okay, $50, $1 per meal, and you get like that cup of water, that free cup, complimentary cup of water, which McDonald's has. Okay, you can ask for a cup of water, which they usually give you. We can get from, or a lot of places have, even Burger King and Jack in the Box and other places like that, like the KFC. If you're saying you don't have money, that is $1.08, $50. How many burgers is that? 50 burgers. They're, I mean, okay, at least 48. It's a lot of burgers and that's a lot of meals. You know, like you know. A lot of things you can get for $1, and like we're all like that. Sometimes you just want something for lunch. You don't have to get the super big Whopper or yeah, Whopper Junior used to be $1. I used to actually eat that in college. My argument is that it's healthy because it's technically okay. It's tomatoes, which has lipocene or lycosine, as lettuce. Lettuce is a leafy green. And if you actually eat salad or anything else like that, if you make it home, it's the same thing. You know, like yeah, and like it's easier. And say like okay, it has protein, complete proteins from beef. Beef is actually known as like as a red meat because even though it's a red meat, it has complete proteins. Which if you're a vegetarian, you have to eat a combination of different vegetables and fruits to actually create that complete protein, which is still not a complete protein because it's not meat. I know people who are vegetarian, who are healthy, but I also know people who eat meat who turned vegetarian who were tired all the time, who were actually gaunt and they had dark circles around their eyes, were very sickly until they ate meat again. The first thing they grabbed was a cheeseburger. There are actually literally some diets where like you actually have to eat a cheeseburger or ice cream. It's on medicine. I'm completely serious. There actually is a diet. It's completely safe. but giving certain health conditions, that is. It nourishes the body and everything else. There's one called the peanut butter diet. There's one called the ice cream diet, where the only thing you eat is different kind of ice cream. And that's their diet. And it causes you to lose weight and be healthier. But this, and also technically, okay, ice cream has calcium and also the milk fat. Okay, you know how like everything is yeah, because if you actually go by nutrition food science, the science and the nutrition of the food, which is understudied in today's culture and society, it does not actually have in what people say nowadays. Wait, what our doctors say is yeah. It's just bare minimum. Like, yeah, and maybe it's not even what our doctor says. Maybe they don't even believe that. They believe like it's simplified and underrepresented. Like it's like I believe we should have juice dispensers instead of soda dispensers. Who doesn't like juice, right? Like juice dispensers in our schools and in those fast food restaurants. I really honestly believe that because it's so much better. It's better for you too. Soda is used by cops to clean blood off of concrete and is used to clean the car batteries of all sorts of like weird stuff on there. And we're putting it in our bodies, you know. Particularly what we're putting in our bodies is sugar and water. There's just too much sugar and water because there's no nutrient to it. Because you're gonna argue that it has nutrient. If it wasn't because of food coloring, I wouldn't actually say that it was unhealthy. Because maple syrup has iron in it. Because like the blood, it turns brown after you cook it. Because sugar actually. Because if we see for the chemical compound of it, what it is, because we have sugar in us too, as people, or animals have that in their meat and their blood too, and technically, maple syrup actually based on longevity diets has iron in it. So for that reason, if they use that in sodas, it changes the taste altogether. It actually makes it healthy because you would have iron in it. There are actually different sodas where they put fluoride in it, which is totally stupid because fluoride is poisonous. And actually, I don't think beer is bad either because it's like kefir. It's made from fermented grains. Like everyone knows that beer is fermented barley. Yeah. So the bacteria from that, so it tastes that way because of the bacteria in it and because it's cultured like that. But the thing is, like, yeah, I don't know enough because I think yeah, it's cooked. So for that reason, it's not like kefir or not like yogurt because it's just like you just put it in there and it's bacteria up and then like big gop of bacteria that you eat. It tastes good because beer is like, but it is fermented barley, kind of like grapes, like wine. Because they stop the thing and they process it and then they just let it kind of ferment. But it's good for you because it's good bacteria and it makes your stomach like the bad bacteria can counter itself. Because your stomach, the reason why people poop when it's sticky when it comes out and it rots because there's bad bacteria in there and you have to have that in there. Yeah, or good bacteria and bad bacteria that be in there. Which is why sometimes when people are too skinny, or when like some guys aren't able to gain muscle mass because they don't have enough good bacteria to digest, and they can't absorb the nutrient. And you have to actually have that in your body to digest. Because with anything, with food, there's good or in nutrition, there's good bacteria and bad bacteria. There's good cholesterol, there's bad cholesterol, there's good carbs and bad carbs. There's even good fats and bad fats, and there's actually a reason because it has to do with the reason with all stuff. It's not just like a one. It has to do with the chemistry of like how it works together and how it affects each other. Because you can't just say like for instance like all that alpha hydroxy weird stuff. That stuff's not obsolete, but it just like burns the skin and And like if they were gonna have a restaurant, right? You would think that they would have boxes of food and recipes at the hospitals. And how underused the nutritionists, and how understudied nutrition, food sciences. Okay, there is literally a book called the Eat This Not That Diet. If you're gonna worry about the specifics, it's very simplified. But it also shows you like the bare minimum of the fat content, the carb content, but it doesn't show you all the other facts. So if you're going to go by fat content and carbohydrate, then you could probably like read that. It'll show you all sorts of options, or at least one option or two options of what you actually order at different fast food restaurants. It's cheaper than buying that at a DVD set from someone and actually try to find the menu. But if you are actually gonna check out the nutrition, you should probably check out the nutrition food science of it. It's a really fun class. I had a class from this lady named, it's the coolest name in the world, Miss Chakraborty. But sadly, she's not teaching there anymore. San State. I wanted to major in that because of her. And I want to create a restaurant called which is a longevity restaurant, like on foods and medicine. They have because the idea of food, the process of food, it can heal you. Processed food can heal you sometimes better than fresh food because, okay, for instance, when we drink pills, it's something processed. It always comes from some kind of plant or animal. Yeah? Because it has to come from somewhere. Like, and it's from a plant or an animal. And it's processed to powder to become a pill. So it's a processed food. It has to be a food because we can't die from it. And food, okay, there are studies, okay, there's a book called The Brain Diet, where they have different kind of foods. Why you have to eat certain foods that are really against the culture of dieting, like carbs and fats, to preserve the brain. If you think you're fat now, you're fat. Because I think I'm fat. You have to know, like, yeah, there's bigger things for like whether you live or you die, or whether your brain works or not. Because that's the biggest thing that you have to nourish. Be fat or skinny or anything like that. Because it's not just the ailment of the fat, like, because you have to see, like, what processes the fat. It's not whether you eat only. It's what the ailment. Sometimes, like, a person's stomach is really bloated, really big. Like, there are men like that and women like that. And you look at how much they eat. It's not that much. I've noticed, like, a lot of women and a lot of men. What is the entire day? I never saw them eat. It's like once in like the myth of seeing a unicorn or seeing like Haley's Comet or something that where I see them eating a burrito. The whole time they just drink like coffee. I think we're not overeating, we're undernourished. A lot of professionals like that in schools, in like a lot of people, like we're like this because of the process of aging. They just look bigger with aging. Like for instance, I don't have any fat. No fat, no chub. For the structure of my face. This is how I look like. People look bigger. Like men really like I got biceps, dude. I can let you feel my biceps too if you want to see. They're hard too, but like I'm fairly weak. And they're not plastic surgery biceps. I have a really strong back too. Okay, if people say like you're not allowed to carry books, or people they shouldn't carry really heavy books because they'll hurt their back and things like that. But I have a really strong back, and I carried a lot of books. I used to carry like literally like back from the library. Not to brag, you know. Like 33 backpacks. One in front, one back, bag on the side, bag on the other, and a pull cart on the other side. That's how many books I usually carry. And all stuff that I'm telling you isn't actually stuff from those books. It's just basic science.